Black women do not age. We arrive. We arrive with the kind of knowing that can only come from years of living fully, loving deeply, and showing up for ourselves even when the world was not showing up for us. And somewhere in that arrival, something happens to our style. It stops being something we do and starts being something we are. So let me ask you something real. When was the last time you stood in front of your fully dressed mirror and felt it? Not a quiet, "this will do," not a shrug and a hope that no one looks too closely, but a full, deep, unhurried yes. The kind of yes that comes from somewhere beneath the surface. The kind that says, "I know exactly who I am, and what I have on today says it clearly." If it has been a while, I need you to stay right here with me, because what we are about to get into is not just about clothing, it is about ownership, it is about presence, it is about the quiet, unshakable confidence of a Black woman over 50 who refuses to shrink herself to fit someone else's idea of what she should look like, how she should dress, or what she is allowed to claim as beautiful. This is Ebony Chic Life, the space where Black women over 50 dress with intention, live with elegance, and redefine what it looks like to come into your fullness. Today we are talking about one of the most asked about combinations in our community: jeans and sneakers. That combination, the one some people have quietly suggested belongs to younger women, the one a well-meaning sister or a well-intentioned friend may have hinted is a little too casual for a woman of your stature and your season. I respectfully, lovingly, and completely disagree. And today I am going to give you 5 styling principles that will take your jeans and sneaker looks from ordinary to genuinely extraordinary. These are not tricks, these are not trends, these are timeless principles that once you understand them will change the way you see your entire wardrobe. Let us begin. Hack 1. Structure is everything. Do not let softness swallow you. Here's the first thing I want you to understand about dressing well at 50, 60, and beyond. The problem is almost never the individual pieces, it's the relationship between them. And the most common style mistake I see, not just in mature women's fashion, but honestly across all ages, is what I call the double soft look. Stretchy, relaxed jeans, a loose flowing blouse, a draped, oversized cardigan. All 3 at once. Now, hear me clearly, because this matters. There is absolutely nothing wrong with comfort. Comfort is not optional for us. It is required. But when every single layer of your outfit is soft and unstructured, your entire silhouette dissolves. You stop reading as intentional, you start reading as invisible. And Black women over 50 are not invisible. We are extraordinary, and our style should say so without hesitation. So here's your first principle for styling jeans and sneakers beautifully. If your bottom half is casual, your top half must carry the structure. Think of your outfit as architecture. Your foundation, the jeans and sneakers, is relaxed and easy, but your upper body is where you build the frame. A tailored blazer in a rich camel or a deep jewel tone that sings against your melanin. A structured trench coat with clean, defined shoulders. A crisp, dark-washed denim jacket that holds its shape even as you move. These pieces do something powerful. They create vertical lines. They signal intention. They communicate to everyone who sees you that you made a deliberate choice this morning. And if you want to stay completely comfortable while still looking polished, here's the move that professional stylists return to constantly. It's called the French tuck. Take your blouse, your knit, your quality button-down, and tuck only the very front hem into your waistband, just an inch or 2. Let the back and sides fall loose and relaxed. What does this do? It defines your waist without cinching it. It creates visual shape without restriction. It bridges the relaxed energy of your denim with the polish of your top. It reads as effortless, which is, of course, exactly the energy that Black women over 50 bring to everything we touch. Remember this, structure is not stiffness. Structure is intention, and intention is what transforms getting dressed into making a statement. Hack 2, the ankle rule that changes the entire silhouette. I want to talk to you about ankles. Stay with me, this matters far more than it sounds. When most women put on jeans and sneakers, the denim lands somewhere around the top of the shoe. Sometimes it puddles, sometimes it bunches, sometimes it just sits there with no real resolution. And here's what that does to your overall look. It adds visual weight at the very bottom of the body. It interrupts the natural line of the leg. It creates a heaviness at the hem that makes the whole outfit feel unfinished. Now imagine this instead. Your hem sitting just 1 to 2 inches above the ankle bone. A small deliberate gap, a clean reveal of skin or the edge of a beautiful trouser sock. That single difference changes everything. When you show the ankle, you create what stylists call a break in the silhouette. The eye naturally travels to that narrowest point of the lower leg. The look immediately feels lighter, more modern, more considered. This is one of the most powerful and underused principles in mature women's fashion. This is your Ebony Chic Life ankle rule. Your hem should graze approximately 1 to 2 inches above the ankle bone. Not the floor, not the mid-calf. That sweet, precise point just above the ankle. Now, I already hear you. My jeans are all too long, and I am not going to the tailor every time I put together an outfit. You do not need to. Here are 2 approaches that work beautifully. The first is the double cuff. Simply fold the hem up once, then fold it once more so you have a neat 2-layer cuff sitting just above the ankle. This adds a slightly architectural, intentional detail to the hem. It looks especially stunning with a clean leather lifestyle sneaker. The second option, which I love for its confidence, is the raw hem. Take scissors and cut your denim at exactly the right length. Do not worry about a little fraying over time. That soft edge at the hem, paired with a pristine, structured sneaker, creates what stylists call high-low contrast, polished and relaxed in the same breath, deliberate and effortless at once. That is the Ebony Chic Life aesthetic right there. Hack 3. The column of color. Your secret weapon for looking taller and more elongated without a single heel. Let me share something that the mainstream fashion industry does not communicate clearly or consistently to Black women over 50. And honestly, I think that gap is intentional. So allow me to fill it. Contrast dressing, wearing noticeably different colors on your top and bottom, creates a horizontal line across the middle of your body. Horizontal lines visually widen and shorten the silhouette every time. Monochrome dressing, wearing tones in the same color family from your shoulder to your hem, creates one long, unbroken vertical line. Vertical lines visually lengthen and streamline the silhouette every time. This technique is called the column of color, and for Black women styling jeans and sneakers at 50, 60, and beyond, it is one of the most powerful tools in the wardrobe. It's also one of the most underused. Here's how you apply it. Pair your deep indigo or rich charcoal jeans with a closely toned navy cashmere sweater, a silk blouse in the same family, or a structured knit in a complementary depth. The eye travels from your shoulders all the way to your hem without interruption. The result is effortlessly long, quietly elegant, unmistakably intentional. Or try the winter white column. Pale jeans, an ivory turtleneck, a cream or oat-toned blazer. This look photographs beautifully and carries an air of quiet luxury that is almost impossible to achieve with a complicated multi-toned outfit. And here's where it becomes even more interesting. When you build that monochromatic column, your sneakers become the focal point of the entire look. They are no longer an afterthought, they are the exclamation point. If your column is dark, finish it with a crisp, clean white leather sneaker. The contrast is sharp and modern, and it grounds the whole outfit with a clean energy that feels current without trying too hard. If your column is light, try a metallic sneaker, a soft silver, a brushed champagne, a warm gold. These carry just enough glamour to lift the casualness of denim without the discomfort of a heel. At Ebony Chic Life, we are always looking for that beautiful intersection of style and ease. The metallic sneaker lives right there. The column of color is proof that less is genuinely more. One color story told with conviction from head to hem will always outperform a busy, complicated outfit. Simplicity, worn with conviction, is always the most luxurious choice. Hack 4. Your sneaker wardrobe needs an honest audit, and it needs it today. We need to have a real conversation, and I say this with love because that's what we do at Ebony Chic Life. Your running shoes are not fashion shoes. I know, that sounds obvious when I say it out loud, but I can't tell you how often I see otherwise beautifully put together women who have clearly invested in beautiful denim, a gorgeous top, stunning jewelry, and then on their feet, the mesh running trainers, the ones with neon accents, the thick, heavily cushioned soles, the ones that are still carrying the energy of the last workout. Those are tools, exceptional, important tools for movement and for the health of your body, but they are not lifestyle shoes. And when they're paired with fashion jeans, they send a conflicting visual message. The outfit stops reading as intentional, it starts reading as unfinished. What we want for our everyday fashion looks, and this is especially true in Black women's style over 50, are what the industry calls lifestyle sneakers, shoes designed primarily for aesthetics with enough comfort to carry you through a full day. There are 3 styles I want you to build your collection around. I call these the Ebony Chic Life Sneaker Trinity. The first is the classic white leather sneaker. Clean, minimal, timeless. This is the equivalent of a white button-down in shoe form. It works with every wash of denim, every color palette, every season. It's the foundation of a chic and functional sneaker wardrobe. The second is the suede slip-on. This style lives in a beautiful space between sneaker and loafer. It carries a softness and a texture that pairs naturally with cashmere, linen, and silk. It reads more elevated than a standard trainer, but it is every bit as comfortable. For Black women over 50 who want sneaker ease with loafer energy, this is your shoe. The third is the subtle platform sneaker. A 1-inch platform, not a chunky, exaggerated sole, but a calm, even lift. This gives you height and length without placing pressure on any single part of your foot. It is the modern, practical answer to heels. You get the elevation, you get the visual length, you get zero discomfort. That is the kind of compromise we celebrate here. And now the detail that ties all of this together. Condition. A pristine sneaker communicates that you are a woman who pays attention. It signals care, precision, and self-respect. A scuffed, yellowed, weathered sneaker, no matter how beautiful the rest of the outfit, quietly undermines everything you have built around it. Keep sneaker wipes near your front door. Spend 2 minutes before you leave the house. It is a small ritual with an enormous return. Your entire look will carry more authority when your shoes are immaculate. Audit your shoe rack this week. If it has mesh panels and neon laces, it belongs in your gym bag. If it is leather, suede, or metallic, it belongs in regular rotation. That's your Ebony Chic Life sneaker standard. Hack 5. The third piece rule. The difference between getting dressed and getting styled. You have your structure, you have your ankle gap, you have your color column, you have your perfect sneakers, and you look wonderful. But I want you to look extraordinary, and there is one final principle that takes you all the way there. It's called the third piece rule. Most women dress in two pieces, a top and a bottom. That's getting dressed. It's functional, it's completely fine, but a look, a true, considered Ebony Chic Life look, requires a third element, something that acts as the anchor, the signature, the piece that tells anyone who encounters you, I did not simply get dressed this morning, I styled an outfit. At 50 and beyond, the third piece is your greatest opportunity for self-expression. It's where your history enters the room, your aesthetic, your personality, the fullness of who you have become. So what qualifies as a third piece? It could be a silk scarf, worn loosely knotted at the neck or draped elegantly over the handles of a structured tote. The movement and richness of silk against denim creates a texture contrast that is sophisticated in a way that almost nothing else achieves. And against beautiful melanin-rich skin, silk catches the light and glows. It could be a quality leather belt with a classic gold or silver buckle placed either at the natural waist or just below it. A belt breaks the vertical line of the column of color in a deliberate architectural way. It creates a focal point. It draws the eye exactly where you want it. It could be a statement accessory. Oversized architectural eyeglass frames, a chunky sculptural necklace in wood, metal, or resin, a cuff bracelet with presence and weight. These pieces pull the casual energy of the sneakers upward toward your face, where your expression and your presence live, where your story is written most clearly. And if jewelry and scarves aren't your language, your third piece can be entirely functional. A utility vest in a luxurious fabric, a tailored wool coat draped over your shoulders, not worn through the sleeves, simply draped, with the quiet authority of someone who understands that the way you carry a coat is its own kind of elegance. A soft leather or vegan leather moto jacket that adds edge to the sophistication of your color column. The purpose of the third piece is always the same. It adds a dimension that the other two pieces cannot provide alone. A different texture, a different weight, a focal point, a conversation starter. It's the difference between looking like you're running an errand and looking like you're arriving somewhere. And a woman of your experience, your beauty, and your fullness should always be arriving somewhere. Let's bring it all together. We're choosing structure over softness because your top half carries the authority of the entire look. We're mastering the ankle rule because that small, deliberate reveal of the narrowest part of your leg changes the entire weight and energy of the silhouette. We're building a column of color because one unbroken vertical line tells a longer, more elegant story than any amount of contrast ever could. We're curating our sneaker wardrobe with intention because lifestyle shoes worn in pristine condition communicate precision and self-respect without ever saying a word. And we're completing every look with a third piece because that final layer of intention is what separates dressing from styling. When you bring these 5 principles together, you're not just wearing jeans and sneakers, you're making a declaration about who you are. You're showing the world, quietly, elegantly, undeniably, that style does not expire, that it deepens with age, that it becomes more itself with every year of experience, every lesson learned, every morning you choose to show up fully and beautifully as yourself. Now, I want to close with something I need you to carry with you long after this video ends. The most important piece you will ever put on is not in your wardrobe. It is not a blazer or a silk scarf or a perfectly conditioned leather sneaker. It is the belief, the unshakable, non-negotiable, deeply held belief that you deserve to look and feel magnificent every single day. Not on special occasions, not when you have hit a certain goal or reached a certain number, every day, including your most ordinary, unhurried Tuesday morning. You are not dressing for an occasion. You are the occasion. Black women over 50 are not invisible. We are not past our moment. We are in our moment. And Ebony Chic Life exists to make sure that every woman in this community knows that, feels it, and lives it out loud through every intentional, elegant, confident choice she makes. If something in this conversation spoke to you, I would love for you to press the like button. It genuinely helps more Black women over 50 find their way to this community, and that matters deeply to me. If you are not yet part of the Ebony Chic Life family, this is your personal invitation. Subscribe and make sure you never miss a conversation like this one. And before you go, leave me a comment below and tell me which of these 5 principles you are taking into your wardrobe first. Are you starting with the column of color, the third piece, the sneaker audit? I read every single comment, and I would love to know where your journey begins. This is Ebony Chic Life, and I will see you in the next one.